The ICABA World Network is kicking off its fourth annual Black Professionals Month celebration October 1st in Atlanta. It's being held at the Modex Studio in Buckhead. The founder, Jerome Hutchinson Jr., inviting a distinguished lineup of speakers from around the world to share their expertise and ignite a fire of excellence among professionals. This event marks the beginning of a series of in-person and virtual events throughout the month of October, and you can get involved. Follow the ICABA World Network or become a member of this global community known for its collective collaborations and exquisite connections. Learn more at blackprofessionalsmonth.com. Welcome to Newsworthy Stories with Jacqueline Jimenez. If you've been following Newsworthy Stories, then you know the ICABA World Network is holding its fourth annual Black Professionals Month in October. And I want you to hear what's going to happen and what you can expect. So joining me now to talk more about that is Jerome Hutchinson Jr., who is the Chief Servant Officer of the ICABA World Network. I cannot wait. This is so exciting. October is right here around the corner. What's going to happen?
Well, a lot is going to happen, Jackie, and it's going to start with our global kickoff on October 1 at the Modex Studios in Atlanta. So for those of you familiar with Atlanta, they're in Buckhead, and we're going to, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., have a global kickoff with people all around the world that's also going to feature the America's leading authority on Black success and wealth creation, none other than Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, as our keynote speaker. We have featured speakers who will be coming in from different places around the world, including our spotlight speakers, and we're going to do a roll call shout out, so it's kind of like when you're looking at New Year's Eve on Times Square and they're saying what's going on in Canada and Europe and Caribbean.
Yeah.
So from all over the world saying, yeah, we're here in Senegal, we're in Montego Bay, we're in Toronto, we're glad to be part of Black Professionals Month. So we're really excited about that coming up. We also have our Global 100 leading professionals that we'll be announcing, our Global 100 leading entrepreneurs that we'll be announcing. And we are going to do three things throughout the Black Professionals Month. We're going to showcase Black professional excellence. We're going to advance wealth creation. And we're going to elevate our leadership presence worldwide. And we'll be doing that through events and podcasts and campaigns throughout social media. We're also going to promote Black professional organizations and encourage people to donate, join, and volunteer. So a lot of great stuff going on.
Hutch, this is something you do really all year long. This is something you're celebrating, in the month of October, but what made you decide to dedicate 1 month to, Black Professionals Month?
Well, Jackie, you really said it, and it was so well said. You're right. This is what ICABA does 365, 24, 365, 24, 7 days a week, 24 days. Well, I'm just messing up. So anyway, we know what I'm saying. But this is our mission. This is my life's passion. But the reason we're doing the focus in October is because, as you can appreciate, Jackie, people need to have a focused period of time for certain things in order for them to really lean into it. And so that's why we're doing this focus in October. This is a time for the entire world to stop and take notice and appreciate the value and the contributions and the legacy of great Black professionals and entrepreneurs worldwide. It's also very important to understand that we're going to be talking about something now that one of our members coined, and we're using this phrase now. And that is that, as you know, with ICABA, we connect, collaborate, and build community. And as Nikki Lanier, or Dr. Nikki Lanier says, connect, collaborate, community is the new Black currency. And so we're going to be promoting that. Black Professionals Month is not just a month, it's a movement. And we know that relationship building is so critically important to our ability to grow our careers, succeed, and really elevate ourselves from a leadership standpoint and advance wealth creation. Everything really starts with relationships. And so this is going to be a chance for everybody to get to know each other, to connect and collaborate.
And, that is something that has been key. I always like to say that when it comes to the ICABA World Network, everybody I speak to on Newsworthy Stories is not something I'm a part of, but I'm a part of the ICABA World Network. And ever since I have joined, or actually the things that you've asked me to cover, when you were bringing me on in the first place, and you were like, oh, you've got to cover this. And in fact, the OIC Middle Class Summit is coming up, and you were like, you have to cover that. In fact, you paid me to cover that, which was something unique to me. And I was so glad you did. I mean, because Newton Stanton, who is a member, and that happens the 2nd and 3rd of October, 2 years later, and we're talking about the OIC Middle Class Summit, but you introduced me to that. You have introduced me to so many incredible people. And my dear Dr. Bill Ficard, who I love, and I'm so glad for that introduction, because wow, I learned so much. But it's through the ICABA World Network that I have met so many professionals I would have never met. I would have never met them. I would have never met Sandy Michael McDonald, who is with the Broward County Small Business Economic Business Development. I wouldn't have met these people. And, it's not just, and that's just me, but look at all the people that you have introduced, because to me, Hutch, as we call him, Jerome Hutchinson Jr., Hutch, he is a connector king. This is what he dreams and thinks of. And the moment you say, this is what I do, he's already thinking about who you can connect with. So to me, the ICABA World Network is a platform, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person, it's that place where you can actually come together, and he brings those power hitters there. And for some reason, the people you attract, Hutch, they're so down to earth. They're people that you can actually talk to. There are people that you can actually, learn from, and are willing to share their expertise. And for me, that has been my experience. I recommend that if you're looking, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur, and I use, the ICABA World Network as my corporation. So when I need something, I go, let me look and see who's in the ICABA World Network community, a global community at that. And I say, well, who do I need to speak to? Or I just call him directly. In fact, I have someone I need to talk to that's on my brain right now.
Okay. Well, Jackie, you're so right. And one thing I want to share with you real quickly, and we won't stay on this because I know we're talking about Black Professionals Month, but our online platform, we've just added a new feature called My Expertise. And so what that does is, and so I want you today to go to your profile, because we just launched it this week, and go to your dashboard so you know where you put in your superpower and you're about, Jackie Jimenez. Now there's another thing that says My Expertise, and it has 6 fields for you to put in those things that you specifically are known for, that you want people to know you for, so that if someone is searching, so if someone says, I need media strategy, if someone says, I need newsworthy stories, if I need journalism, if I need video, you can put those words into your My Expertise field. And so that when people go to the search and they go to My Expertise, they type in those words that you want them to find you on, and boom. Because as you know, when people go looking, and this is something that really helps, because like even with LinkedIn, it's when you don't know the person and you're looking for a specific thing, it can be harder to find people. And so what we've done is we've made it easier when you say, hey, I don't know who it is, but I need a tax accountant. Well, you type in tax accountant, and anybody who is an accountant or anybody who does anything with taxes will pop up, and then you get to know who they are and follow up. So you're right. The platform is there and it's getting bigger and better, and it's serving you every day.
Yeah. And, what else can people expect? Or, the one thing that the ICABA World Network has always done, especially since COVID, is when they have an in-person event, and they've had over 300 events, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
they've had over 300 events in their, in their time, and but they do hybrid events. So even if you can't make it to this event in Atlanta in person, you can always be a part of it, because that's what global is about. We want you to be a part of it no matter what.
Right.
And you will learn something from whatever is shared, whether you're there in person or not.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, technology and the internet, Jackie, I think has become the most empowering, democratizing platform for the world. Okay. Because you go back 20 years ago and you're in journalism. And as you know, if somebody was trying to get the word out to people, okay, 20 years ago, the gatekeepers were a very small group. I mean, if you didn't know the top PR firms, and if you didn't know somebody at one of the TV stations or a newspaper or radio, you pretty much couldn't get your word out, right?
Right.
And sometimes you had to pay through the nose almost to get the people to pay attention to what you're doing. Well, today you can get out anything that you want. People who are listening will pick up on those things that's of interest to them. So whatever you say has to be of value to people. But if it is of value, people will pick it up, people can share it, and there's no, if you will, barrier to entry to that. And so ICABA is leveraging that technology, and we're leveraging our ability to reach out to folks. So we've got people who are participating in Black Professionals Month from Africa, from Europe, from Canada, from the Caribbean. And so it's going to really be fantastic, that opportunity that we're going to have to be able to connect, collaborate, and build our community. Because you know what? That is the new Black currency. Building relationships, sharing our talent, skills, and expertise, and activating them in ways that can grow us both in our individual and collective sense.
And I am, looking at right now Walter Bond, who is a former NBA player and in the Hall of Fame of motivational speaking. And if you've never heard him speak, uh, please listen. He's
Free, don't you, Jackie?
Put on your seatbelt and then listen.
Exactly.
But like Hutch is saying, there are people from all over the world that will be joining us, and that you may not even realize. You might be wanting to do international um business, and now you can actually meet people who live in different countries, people that have been, somebody else knows, besides, you don't just see their name, but now you know somebody else who knows them, which to me is vitally important. So at least I can get a feel of like, okay, well, what do you know about them? I could ask you before I reach out to them, and get a feel for that. We also have, experts from around the country, and so no matter where you live, there is probably someone connected to the ICABA World Network. And that's what makes this platform so amazing. Um, I don't care if you're selling a book or anything like that. If you need to know that, there's every aspect: accounting, financial services, engineering. It doesn't matter. I think Hutch can probably tell you best. But what I'm looking at, when you first told me about Black Professionals Month, and you said 31 days in person and virtual events, I was like, what?
Absolutely. There really is. There'll be something every day. So we do each week. So there's 5 different weeks in October. The 5th week is a short week, but there are 5 weeks. On week 1, in addition to our kickoff on October 1, we will also celebrate with Wealth Creators Week. And so we're bringing together people who are in wealth management as professionals and entrepreneurs. We're also bringing people who are wealthy and are creating wealth. And we'll talk to each one individually, and then we'll talk to them together about how they do what they do and learn more about how to create wealth from the people who are managing it and creating it. And then we have a Wealth Creators Masterclass on Saturday. So every week there are, from I think it's 11 to 1, events that we'll do in terms of the podcast, where you're going to be hearing from people in that particular theme. So week 1, as I said, wealth creation. But then from 10 a.m. to noon on every Saturday, we're doing master classes. So we're going to be doing master classes in wealth creation. So then you go to week 2, elevating leadership. Same thing. I just mentioned throughout the week. Then on the weekend, we have the master classes about elevating leadership. Go to week 3, it's entrepreneurship. Again, we'll have the podcast during the week, and then we have the master classes on the weekend. And then week 4 is about Black professional organizations. And so it's going to be all about lifting up Black professional organizations, encouraging people to donate, join, and volunteer, and learn about a lot of different organizations that they may be familiar with, but not totally, and some they won't know at all. And then we'll have a masterclass for Black professional organization leaders to get better at what they do and connect with other leaders from around the world. And so, and then we'll talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion in week 5. So covering a lot of different things. And then every Friday, as we do for years, we'll have our FaithWorks Friday. And I'm really excited, because I've got a special guest coming, and I'm waiting for this final confirmation. We're going to do Wealth from Wisdom. And so I'm going to be the moderator for that particular show, but I've got hopefully a special guest that's going to participate with us for that particular one, who's a very wealthy individual, but who also is really steeped in his faith. And we're hoping that he'll participate and share, those things with us. So there's a lot of great stuff going on in Black Professionals Month. And, Jackie, I just really appreciate all the things that you do to keep Black Professionals Month and ICABA in the forefront of people's minds. People need to understand that if you also, and I'm going to talk about you for a minute, if you want to make sure that your brand, your company, your organization is staying in the forefront, then you need to have newsworthy stories on speed dial, okay? And because Jackie does a phenomenal job, and she will, before the event, during the event, and after the event, make sure that people know it's coming, that it's happening, and that it, recapped in what you missed, okay? So Jackie, continue doing a great job, and I'm glad you have us here.
Well, I'm so excited. Thank you for that. I'll pay you later. And but really, I enjoy it. It's one of those things that when people ask you what it is about your business that you enjoy, for me, I love to see people succeed. And I've always been even in news, when I worked in a newsroom, for me, just seeing that newscast come to fruition the way I wanted it to, that was my joy. Just to see that how I put those stories together and how everything came together. And that's the same for me, whether I'm doing it, for television news or whether I'm doing it for social media. For me, it's the same way. So it is a pleasure. Plus, I have great information to share. So through the ICABA World Network, the one thing that I really like about this partnership, Hutch, is that you have people that I can share their stories because they have so many incredible stories to tell within the ICABA World Network. And the way that we collaborate on a regular basis, that's, to me, is another story. So if you're looking for a community that actually collaborates, and when you do that collaboration, you should tell that story, because it is so important to see what collaboration looks like. So many people are afraid to connect with people and collaborate with them. But when you do, you really are impacting, because now you're bringing all of your networks together. When you share your story, it's going to go to every network that is a part of that team. And so that's one of the things that I love, is that ICABA World Network collaborates. Now, one of the other things that, you don't do it alone, right? The ICABA World Network doesn't happen alone. And events like this don't happen alone. So if you want to be a part of this community, a part of this Black Professionals Month, sponsor it. Become a sponsor. And again, because I'm a part of this team, right? When you're a part of it, well, when I'm telling my stories, then you'll be a part of that. So a part of you will be promoted. A part of your branding will happen. It just happens naturally. But when you sponsor and you participate, that's one of the things that the benefits is that when I'm telling my stories, the recaps, well, I'll be talking about the sponsors as well. What would you like to say to anyone who is interested in sponsoring Black Professionals Month or just ICABA going forward?
Well, matter of fact, let me just say thank you to some of our existing sponsors. Georgia Pacific, Best Date Ever, um, um, Tinsley Family Concessions, TD Bank, also PNC Bank are some of the leading sponsors there. And we're just really thankful for everything that they've done to contribute and make this possible. I also want to say is this. If you're looking to reach the target of a accomplished Black professional entrepreneur, which generally is also an affluent Black consumer, it won't get any better than this. Your ability to brand, engage, data mine, and have ongoing, if you will, opportunities to engage with that audience is how we deliver that here through ICABA and with Black Professionals Month. So we'd love to have you to be a part of it, and we'll definitely help you to be able to figure out what is the best way to get the most bang and the best ROI for your investment in putting into this. So thank you, Jackie, for a chance to be able to share that. We're definitely open, and we'll love to have folks come on board who want to add to the rank of sponsors.
And also, I want to mention that volunteers are also a great way to get to know the ICABA World Network. If you're curious and you just kind of want to see what this network is about, volunteer, get involved that way. Get to know us first, if you're just like you're looking for a new church, right? You go and check it out, come volunteer with us, see what's happening, and allow us to share that ability with you. I know these are some of the types of things that you are looking for, but is there anything specific that you're looking for or particular volunteers you're looking for right now?
Yeah, the social media ambassadors and the event volunteers, as we're doing our events, particularly online, it's always important to have people engaging with the folks who are online when, they may not necessarily, particularly when it's a hybrid event, you don't want them to feel lost, like they're just, added out there, but they're not really a part of it. So we have people who are online hosts who engage with the people online so they feel more integrated into the entire experience of what's happening.
All right. That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to the event in Atlanta, but like it's scrolling across the bottom one way or the other, go to blackprofessionalsmonth.com or go to the ICABAworldnetwork.com and ask your questions, leave your questions in the chat, tell us what you want to know. I'll make sure that Hutch gets them if I can't answer it myself. And let's go and celebrate and collaborate and connect.
It's the new Black currency, for sure, Jackie. Hey,
I think it's an all-around currency, to be honest with you. I think it works, for everyone.
So let me lead with this too, and that is sharing is caring. So if you see Black Professionals Month with any post on your social media feed anywhere, if you really feel like this is something of value, please just like it, comment, and share. And it takes you every bit of probably 30 to 60 seconds. Just depends on how much you write, but you can do it real quickly, and that can really have a significant impact on creating a higher level of awareness, visibility, and engagement with Black Professionals Month. And again, Jackie, thank you for having me on your show, and we're looking forward. And we will see you October 1. Be online. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And go to blackprofessionalsmonth.com to register. And we will look forward to seeing you as being a part of our kickoff for Black Professionals Month, October 1, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, and we're excited.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
The ICABA World Network is kicking off its 4th annual Black Professionals Month celebration October 1st in Atlanta. It's being held at the Modex Studio in Buckhead. The founder, Jerome Hutchinson Jr., inviting a distinguished lineup of speakers from around the world to share their expertise and ignite a fire of excellence among professionals. This event marks the beginning of a series of in-person and virtual events throughout the month of October, and you can get involved. Follow the ICABA World Network or become a member of this global community known for its collective collaborations and exquisite connections. Learn more at blackprofessionalsmonth.com.